Hello, neighbor. Alicia Dolan here at Creating in My Corner. I'm so glad that you're joining me tonight for some crafting time. I am just trying to open up my other link so I can see when you have comments or questions. All right, let's see. I'm hoping that I'm live. I can't tell tonight. I feel like I am. I guess that's not a good indicator, is it? Let's see. Um, I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, okay. Now I can, yeah, it looks like I'm live. Okay, I have some really cute, one really cute card for you tonight. Now lately I've been trying to do 2 cards for every Stampin' Sunday class, but tonight I have only prepared for 1. But it's a really cute fall card. And we'll see how it goes. Tonight, we're going to use the Courage and Faith stamp set. I'm trying to make sure that you can see it. Sometimes I can't figure out which way to turn my things in the light so that you can see. But I know for sure that once I put it down on my stamping table, that's when everything becomes clear. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn my camera around and we can go ahead and get started with our card for tonight. The video will pause for just a second while I switch over. Okay. All right, I think that you can see that pretty clearly. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit and then I can move my things around so that they're right in your line of view. I rearranged my stamping area just a little bit the other day, but it was enough that it completely threw me off for my video tonight. So that's what happened. Tonight we're going to make a fall card. And this is the Courage and Faith bundle. So it's not specifically a fall card, but it's fall colors. And I really like this stamp set. There's some really nice verses in here. And tonight we're going to use the one that says, "In everything, give thanks." So I've been, I feel like a lot of the things I have come across lately or seen or heard have been about being thankful for where you are and being grateful. And so it just seemed like the perfect time to me to make a card that's about thankfulness. So I hope that you will enjoy this as much as I do. And let's go ahead and get started. So our card base tonight is going to be Cajun Craze. This is a color that I don't use very often. This is not Cajun Craze. This is crushed curry. This is Cajun Craze. So, but it's the perfect color for fall. So this is crushed curry and it's cut 8.5 by 5.5. We're making a very simple card tonight. So we're gonna put it in our Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And we're gonna score the card here at 4 1/4. Now I've moved my camera around a little bit tonight. I'm trying to, when I rearranged my space, I moved the table that usually sits on my right-hand side to my left-hand side. I don't know yet if that was a wise choice, but I had a really hard time figuring out where everything was going to go, especially when it comes to the camera angles. So hopefully you can see everything okay and I don't get my head in the way because that has happened before. Now our Cajun Craze, we are going to cut at 5 1/4. Oop. My trimming blade must have slipped off. There we go. I got a little carried away, I guess, the last time I used it. Okay. We're going to cut that at 5 1/4. We're going to turn it sideways and we're going to cut it at 4. Now tonight I'm using this really beautiful piece of paper. This is from the All About Autumn designer series paper. Guys, this paper is so, so pretty. If you don't have it yet, you are really going to want it. But it is not available right now. So if you love this paper as much as I do, you're going to want to keep a close eye on it this week because it's supposed to come back on the shelf sometime this week. Now we're going to use this embossing folder on our piece of Cajun Craze. And this is from the basics set of embossing folders. There's 3 together. So it comes with this one and one that has little bubbles and another one that has what look like little stars to me or kind of poinsettia type stars, if that makes sense. But all 3 are really beautiful. So the first one we're going to use is this Cajun Craze. And what I like to do when I'm going to emboss is I have a little tiny mister next to me that has water in it. And I always mist my paper before I put it in my embossing folder. And what I found that does is just makes my embossed image a little bit sharper. So if you're having trouble with your images not being quite as solid as you would like, give that a try. Just mist them with a little bit of water before you run them through your die cutting machine. Okay, and I'm going to run this through my Big Shot and then I'll be right back. Okay, so if you can see that, I don't think I misted it quite enough at the bottom because it's a little bit flat down there. But that's going to work okay with our design because we are going to cover that bottom up. Okay, so that is our piece. And now we're going to take this designer series paper And we're going to cut it a piece that is 3 by 4. So there is one that's 3. Then we're going to turn it sideways and cut it at 4. Okay, and we can turn that over. And we're going to add some liquid glue. I just have to get Mortimer out here to do his job of pulling my glue. So we're going to put a thin line of liquid glue around the edge of our paper. We're going to leave a little spot for our finger and a squiggle in the middle. And then we're going to use that little spot to flip it over. And we're going to glue that to our piece of Cajun crepe. So just like that. Okay, and now we have some of this wavy naturals trim. And we're going to trim a piece that's a little longer than the measurement of our layer. And then grab our glue dots. And we're going to put one glue dot on either side here on the top. And then we can lay our wavy trim right across that so that it's even on both sides there. And then we'll turn it over. I think my camera is wiggling a little bit tonight, and I apologize if that's making you feel a little woozy. I will do my best to figure out a little different setup by my next video. I may need to do a few extra videos this week just to get a better idea where things need to be and how I need to set up my space. I feel like organizing your space is a constant battle. Not that it's really a battle, but I feel like every time I think I've got it figured out, it's not really figured out. Okay, and then what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And I have just a couple left on this sheet of regular size ones. Then I'm going to have to get out a fresh new dimensional sheet. I have some right over here to the side. I'm always surprised by how many of these I actually go through all the time. Okay, so we're going to put our dimensionals around here, just like that. And be sure you stick around to the end because I am going to show you the cards that we'll be making at our live class on Friday. Now, there is still time to sign up for that, but because I do those classes in my home, there's only room for 6. So if you RSVP and let me know, then I can save your spot for that class. Okay, there is our base. Isn't that pretty? Those trees are just so pretty. I can't get over how pretty that paper is. Actually, well, it could go either way. So All right, next we need our Stampin' Pierce mat or a Stamparatus to stamp on. And if you don't have a Stampin' Pierce mat, you can stamp right on your paper on your table, but I like to have a little cushion under mine, even when I'm using the red rubber stamps. I just feel like it works out a little better for me that way. Okay, so now we are gonna tap, 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 and this is black memento ink. And we just want to make sure that our whole stamp is nice. All the raised parts are nice and shiny. So hopefully you can see that, how that looks. And then we're going to stamp right in the center of our circle. And this is a circle that is die cut from the Stylish Shapes dies. So in that set of dies, there are different sizes of circles, there are different sizes of squares, and there are some little banners. They're all really great shapes. So if you're looking for a die set that has a lot of different shapes, that is a really good one. Okay, so here is our circle, and we're just going to pop that up with some dimensionals. So we're going to put one down here at the bottom, one up near the top, and we're just going to put that there like this. And then from the Give It a Whirl dies, which is right over here. I use these a lot too, you guys. There's some really great shapes in here. There's clouds, stars, and hearts. So what we want is a couple of these little hearts. I think we'll do one of each of these smaller ones. All right, so then let's do, I think we could do heart like this, one like this, and let's see. Sometimes deciding on how to put the colors together is a little tricky. Maybe a little green heart, because we don't have any green in there yet, and I think it would be really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take these over and die cut our three little hearts. Okay. Takes me just a minute to get them off my die cutting machine. The plates are getting a little bit old, and sometimes when I die cut, everything sticks for a minute. Okay, so those were little hearts from the Give It a Whirl dies. If you don't have those Give It a Whirl dies, you really may want to purchase them. There is a lot of, there's some really cute shapes in there. Especially if you want to have little hearts or little stars to add to things. I have a whole little envelope full of little hearts and stars that I can add here and there. All right, so let's put this one down flat. So here's our Cajun Craze heart. And I'm just putting a little liquid glue on the back of that one. And I'm going to stick it right here. And this one, I'm going to put a mini dimensional on. Oh, well then I got to get the mini ones out. I've only got the regular size right now. Okay, here's some minis. We're going to put a little mini on the Cajun Craze heart. And I'm going to put that up here in the corner. And then I'm going to put a mini on our, I think this is an old olive heart. But I just pulled out that little scrap and I didn't actually check what color it was. So I'm kind of guessing on that one. And we'll put that one right here. And then I have some, just a little quick thing to show you. Okay, this is the Naturals Wavy Trim. So what I'm going to do is take and cut it right about here. And instead of making a bow out of the whole thing, what I'm going to do is pull it apart. And if you take this side and just pull slowly and kind of carefully, this ribbon will come apart and you can smooth it a little and straighten it out. And then we'll take and we'll tie a little bow. And it's kind of a cute little wavy bow because it doesn't straighten out perfectly. I always have to kind of finagle my bows a little bit. I'm not sure if finagle is the real word, but I feel like it should be if it isn't. Okay, so now we have our little bow. And it gives us a cute little double bow. That side's not going exactly the way I want it to, but it's going to have to do. And we'll trim the end. Okay, and then we have a cute little bow. And I'm just going to add it right here on the side. Okay, so I'm going to use a mini glue dot to do that. I'm just going to press that little bow on there and then peel it off. And the glue dot will come right with it. And then we can stick it right here on the edge. And I don't think it matters that that is sticking over the words a little. We'll just pull it down and kind of make it go a little different way. Okay, so there is our cute little scripture card, fall card, and you could make that bow smaller or trim. In fact, I think I am going to trim those little ends off because I don't necessarily want it sticking over the words. There we go. I like that better. Okay, so here is our cute little card for tonight, just one tonight. And if you want to get the instructions for this card, all you have to do is be signed up for my email list, and I will send out a PDF with all the measurements this week. Now, real quick before we go, I wanted to show you the cards that we'll be making in our live class, in-person class on Friday. So here is the first one, and this is featuring the Trucking Along stamp set. And also on the inside, I use the timeless arrangements. So there is the first card. Here is the second one. May the Lord bless you and keep you. And this is from the same set that we used tonight. So that's from the Courage and Faith stamp set. That's the second one. And when I showed this one online, there were a lot of people who were really interested in this card. So if you're coming on Friday, be ready to make some beautiful cards. Here is the third card, and that's also made with that stamp set. So I use that one quite a bit for this month's classes. And these hearts are from that Give It a Whirl dies, and this is another one of the embossing folders from the basics embossing folders. Okay, and then the last card that we'll be making is this little card featuring the Pick of the Patch stamp set. So this is a fun fold, and it is really cute. So if you are coming on Friday, those will be the cards that we'll be making. Don't forget to RSVP ahead of time if you want to attend, so that I can have everything ready for you so that you can come and stamp and have a wonderful time and go home with some beautiful cards. Thanks for joining me for tonight's video. I will see you next week. Until then, happy stamping.